the sun.
Call Solar Max, get solar for $49.93 a month with 0 down and a 0.99% APR.
Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the keyword Solar Max, pound 250 Solar Max, or go to solarmaxtech.com. Monthly payment available on approved credit. FOB number 9734.
The more you know, the easier it is to avoid the idiots around you. KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County.
It's time for your morning wake-up call. And now, here's Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Good morning. Welcome to a Tuesday. This is the last day of the cool weather that we get for the week. So today's highs are just going to be probably in the upper 60s to mid 70s, but by tomorrow and the rest of the week, I'll look at that inland highs back in the 80s and 90s. I know, Mother Nature is doing that roller coaster again on us. Come on, lady, pull it together. Hope you had a great night, and welcome to what's happening this morning. And it is a crazy day here on Wake Up Call, because a leaked report says the Supreme Court has voted to overturn Roe v. Wade. Now here's the deal. This is actually a decision that apparently was made back in February. The leak came out, Politico got its hands on it. It came out yesterday, but this wouldn't actually go into place until justices rule in a couple of months, so in the summer. So we'll get into all of that with Eric Hersky coming up at 5:20. There were major protests outside the Supreme Court last night in D.C. I mean, the minute this news came out, it just erupted as far as the reaction. Russia's leader may be about to raise the stakes in Ukraine on May 9th when President Putin's expected to officially announce a declaration of war. Do you need to announce it officially or stay in it a couple of months? Parts of Santa Monica Boulevard near 3rd Street Promenade have reopened following a major gas leak that closed down that area for several hours. 505 are going to talk with ABC's Karen Travers. The president is traveling into what a lot of people think is sort of Trump country. He's headed to Alabama. He's going to go to a Lockheed Martin facility that manufactures weapons just to prove how the U.S. is helping Ukraine's defense against Russia. But is he welcome? That's what I want to know. We'll talk about all of that with Karen in just a few minutes. So let's start, because I told you there's a lot to cram in this morning. A leaked report says the U.S. Supreme Court has voted to overturn Roe v. Wade. Dean and Professor of Law at UC Berkeley, Erwin Chemerinsky, says until the Supreme Court releases its official ruling, justices can change their minds.
That in 1992, there were 5 votes to overrule Roe v. Wade, but Justice Kennedy changed his mind, and then the court reaffirmed Roe v. Wade.
Now, Justice Samuel Alito wrote the first draft of this so-called majority opinion report in February. It was leaked to Politico last night. The landmark 1973 Roe v. Wade case legalized abortion nationwide, and we'll get into all of that with Aaron coming up at 5:20. Russia's leader may be about to raise the stakes in Ukraine. Officials are now bracing for an announcement from President Putin on Monday, May 9th. ABC's Justin Finch says that's a Russian holiday that commemorates the victory over Nazi Germany.
There are fears Putin could use that holiday to officially declare war on Ukraine. The term Moscow has not used thus far.
Okay, do they have to use the term? Isn't it one of those actions speak louder than words? Do we need him to officially announce it? The formal declaration of war would allow Putin to send more conscripts into battle. If you need anything to... Parts of Santa Monica Boulevard near the 3rd Street Promenade have reopened following a major gas leak that closed down the area for several hours. Santa Monica Police, Fire, and SoCalGas all responded to the ruptured line. The leak was 5 feet deep.
There is absolutely no safety issue inside the building, but we did evacuate that just to be safe.
Patrick Nolte from the Santa Monica Fire Department said at least 20 officials responded yesterday afternoon to make repairs and to keep people from breathing in the gas. Police officers have forcibly removed a professor at Cal State LA from a debate at the school.
The officers picked Melina Abdullah up and carried her out of the debate between LA mayor candidates. She says she was left in pain.
My arms and shoulders and back are all sore.
Abdullah says an event organizer she knows well told her she needed a ticket to be at the event. The organizer then called police to have her removed. She says she's upset that students and faculty at the school, mostly attended by students of color, weren't allowed in Sunday night. At Cal State LA, Blake Trolley, KFI News.
USC has settled lawsuits that claim a former campus doctor targeted and abused 80 men because of their sexual identity.
There was a lot of complaints over the course of Dr. Kelly's employment.
Lawyer Michaela Kellogg says the men complained about lewd conversations and unnecessary invasive exams by Kelly over the course of 20 years.
I think the most serious was a complaint that was made in 2018 by a member of USC's own senior administration.
It says that complaint was made to the chief health officer.
Despite this complaint, USC still allowed Dr. Kelly to see patients for sensitive medical examination.
The settlement amount reached last week was kept confidential. USC and Kelly have denied the allegations. In L.A., Corbin Carson, KFI News.
When we come back, we'll talk with ABC's Karen Travers. She is traveling with the president to Alabama today, which some people say is Trump country. So will the president be welcome? Will he be faced with protests when he gets there? And what exactly is he doing by visiting this Lockheed Martin facility? What's the goal of this visit? We'll get into all that with Karen in just a few minutes. So Nick Taliokini, good morning to you. What's up on the 10?
Please say, Alex.
Oh, no, that's not your music. That is Steve Gregory.
Steve Gregory.
I know. Steve, you just hush. It's too early for you. How about the traffic? Hi.
It's Second Drive, Jen. Through El Monte on the eastbound side of the 10 past Valley Boulevard. Got a crash as the two right lanes shut down. Now, that's going to be pretty heavy for you eastbound on the 10 as you come away from Peck Road heading toward the 605. Got an update on this or anything else slowing down your morning. First thing, pound 250 on your cell phone. Keyword is KFI traffic. Westbound side of the 91 Riverside to Corona. Already starting to be patchy for your drive overall from before Magnolia. As you make your way toward the 241 toll road, looks like there may have actually been, no, looks like that's a transition road. 91 West connected to 241 southbound. Looks like that may have been a full transition road shutdown overnight. So looks like it's a little bit busier than usual for your drive there. Again, if you do have an update on something slowing down the drive, pound 250 on your cell phone. Keyword is KFI traffic. As you're making your way through the South El Monte area, westbound side of the 60 near Santa Anita Avenue, that's a crash with the right lane shut down. Really not seeing any delays for you there. Santa Clarita, wind advisory in effect for your drive along the 14 north and southbound. Looks like travel not recommended for big rigs, motorhomes, if you're towing something. KFI, this guy helps get there faster. I'm Nick Taliokini.
5:06 on your wake-up call. Karen Travers, good morning to you. Are your bags packed to head to Alabama?
You know, these are quick ones. We'll leave the White House around 10:30, and we'll be back at the White House around 7:30. It's not too bad of a way to travel.
No, not at all. So this trip to Alabama is so that the president can visit this Lockheed Martin facility. What's his goal by visiting there?
Yeah, the White House says it's an opportunity for him to remind Americans why the U.S., his administration, is supporting the Ukrainians in this war against Russia. The president will have a chance to tour the facility. He will thank the workers there for the role that they are playing and also deliver remarks about the security assistance the United States has provided and will continue to provide, and that he wants to continue providing by pushing Congress to approve that funding he requested last week. This is an important location because this Lockheed Martin facility manufactures weapon systems, including the Javelin anti-tank missiles, which administration officials say has been so critical in Ukraine's defense against Russia. This facility can produce up to 2,100 Javelins per year. It's an incredible facility that's been making missiles over the last 20 years. So we'll have a chance to see that firsthand. We'll probably get a tour of the actual plant. And as you like to do on these, he'll chit-chat with the workers, I'm sure, for some time.
Oh, absolutely. Now, one of the things that a lot of people are looking at is the fact that this is considered very much Trump country, and how will the president be received in this state?
Yeah, I mean, I think anywhere the president goes, blue states, red parts of blue states, red states, and the red parts of those states, there will be protesters. That happens everywhere. That happened with President Trump, too, no matter where he went. So I think the White House always expects that. But, you know, the president will be flying down there, taking a helicopter to land near this facility. So it's not clear how much he's actually going to be driving around down in Alabama. But again, the chance for the White House says it's really the chance for him to thank these workers and underline how important this type of security assistance is for Ukraine, because he's still trying to get Congress to approve that money. You know, he requested it last week. They all said, great, this will likely go through, but Congress has been out of town through the middle of next week, I guess it is. So things are kind of on ice until they get back.
Okay, and Karen, really quick personal question for you. How do you guys travel? If the president is in a helicopter, how does the press corps go?
Yeah, we have a helicopter as well. So you've got the president's helicopter, Marine One. You've got two staff helicopters, staff and Secret Service, and then a press helicopter, which is, you know, not a bad way to travel.
No.
And then we'll take off a few seconds ahead of him and land a few seconds before him so that we can be there to shoot his arrival.
Oh, that is very cool. I want to shadow you one day. I want to see what it's like to do the White House press corps. That sounds amazing.
These are not bad. It's not bad when you get the schedule and it says, the Osprey because they are pretty cool. But, gotta make sure you have appropriate footwear for running in and out of helicopters all day today.
I guess so. No heels for you, at least for right now.
Exactly.
Karen, thank you. Be safe. I'll see you later.
Have a great day.
Hey, you too. Bye. ABC's Karen Travers. I don't know. Wouldn't that be a fun assignment? You go shadow one of the White House reporters for the day as they are following the president around. Yes, please. I love assignments like that. Love to see how the other world lives. Get back to some of these stories coming out of the KFI 24-hour newsroom. There's another political story that we'll be keeping an eye on today because a lot of people want to know just how much pull does former President Trump still have on the Republican Party. So the race that we're watching specifically is in Ohio, where Republicans will vote in one of the most closely watched Senate primaries in the nation. Author and venture capitalist J.D. Vance is seen as the Republican frontrunner in the race to replace retiring Senator Rob Portman. He has received the endorsement from former President Trump, so that's the one that we really want to keep an eye on. If J.D. Vance ends up winning this, was it because of the endorsement from former President Trump? We'll see. The LAPD is offering a $50,000 reward to help catch the person who shot and killed a man in the San Fernando Valley.
Police say Alex Aguirre was minding his own business when two guys walked up and one of them began shooting.
On November 12, 2021, approximately 10 p.m., Alex and a friend were standing in the back parking lot of an apartment complex located on McClay Street in Bromont in the city of Bromont.
Detective Christine Moselle says they've run out of leads. Even a surveillance video doesn't show enough. Aguirre's brother David says they grew up without a father.
He was the person that made sure that we went to school, made sure that things got done around the house, chores. He stepped into that fatherly role.
At LAPD's Mission Division, Steve Gregory, KFI News.
Investigators say a bystander has been shot and killed despite a large police presence at that Cinco de Mayo carnival in Anaheim.
Juveniles had started a fight when a 17-year-old produced a handgun and fired the gun. That gunshot struck the adult male victim, who was an unintended target in the shooting.
Anaheim Police Sergeant Shane Carringer says the teen has been booked on a murder charge. The shooting happened Sunday night as hundreds of people were leaving the anniversary of the city's annual Cinco de Mayo carnival. Well, the drought appears to have uncovered a murder at Lake Mead in Nevada. ABC's Dave Packer says voters discovered a corroded barrel yesterday. And they opened it up, and what was inside, it looks like human remains.
Based on personal items found in the barrel, Las Vegas police suspect the person was killed in the 1980s. A homicide detective saying it will be a difficult case.
The detective says there is a very good chance that as the water level drops, they're going to find more human remains in the lake. So look at that. Look what the drought is uncovering. A state agency has ordered an investigation into allegations of hazing at the police academy at Gordon West College in Huntington Beach. It's responding to reports of improper, cruel, and punitive treatment by training officers. A veteran Anaheim police officer made the allegations after spending 9 months as a training officer at the academy. Well, a jury in L.A. has sided with the Kardashian family in a lawsuit by reality TV's Black China. The jury yesterday found no members of the family defamed China. Jurors also found the Kardashians did not interfere with her contract by convincing the E! Network to cancel her reality show. Okay, did you look at social media last night? You could not get anybody, like your friends, Instagram, anything like that, because it was slammed with nothing but pictures from the red carpet. Now, why did we just play that? Because Kim Kardashian wore Marilyn Monroe's dress to the Met Gala. Yeah. And I thought, gosh, that dress looks familiar. Well, Kardashian walked the carpet last night with boyfriend Pete Davidson in the same sheer beaded illusion gown that Monroe wore in 1962 when she sang Happy Birthday to President John F. Kennedy. Now, the theme of this year's fashion exhibition at the Met was In America, an anthology of fashion. Can I just say, I don't get it. One of the Jenners, I can't remember which one, shows up in a wedding dress with a white ball hat on backwards with a veil over it. Kim Kardashian's wearing Marilyn Monroe's dress. I'm not sure what Kourtney Kardashian was wearing. It looked... I don't even get it. It was like a white shirt, like a men's white shirt kind of looking thing with a cream and black skirt that didn't really fit her. Kind of looked like, ladies, you know this, if you grab your hair and put it up in a clip, and how your hair looks kind of messy and a couple pieces fall forward, that, I don't understand art. Who am I kidding? I'm not trying to diss on anybody. I just don't get it. And so when they have these art exhibitions and then people try and do it in fashion, I appreciate that they're way more fashion forward than I am, but I don't get it. But, you know, kudos to the designers who had the minds to come up with this kind of stuff, because I clearly do not. All right, we come back. It is the biggest story that broke last night. Politico says that a Supreme Court opinion, it's a draft of a Supreme Court opinion that they obtained, shows the panel's conservative majority of justices is ready to turn over nearly 50 years of established abortion rights. We're talking Roe v. Wade. As soon as the news broke, protests were outside the Supreme Court last night. We're going to get into all of that with Aaron in just a few minutes. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places. Nick Taliokini is taking us to the 60.
From before the 605, coming out of the industry area, heading through Hacienda Heights, or rather out of Hacienda Heights, continuing through the South El Monte area. It wasn't really a problem, not too far from Santa Anita Avenue, 60 westbound, that had lanes taken away. Everything is off to the right shoulder allegedly now, but with the delays, it may be really close to that right lane, or definitely looking really delays for you again. 60 westbound, heavy for you before the 605 all the way toward Rosemead Boulevard. Also ongoing problems for you in El Monte on the eastbound side of the Ten Pass Valley Boulevard. Crash has a two-right lane shut down. That'll be heavy for your drive coming away from Peck. KFI and this guy helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Taliokini.
This report is sponsored by Blindster. Need blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. And right now, save 45% off any order. Just use code RADIO at checkout. Blindster.com. This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings. The Eagles were shut out by the White Sox, winning their series on the south side. Their road trip continues this afternoon in Beantown against the Red Sox. The Kings got a go-ahead third series goal from Philip Cano against the Oilers in the Stanley Cup playoff opener. Game 2 is tomorrow. And according to an independent report, there's no evidence that the Browns intentionally lost games of the former head coach, Hugh Jackson. I'll be around.
Download the DraftKings app and use code SPORTS to get a free shot at millions of dollars up for grabs this week with your first deposit.
Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
When you go to the faucet to get a drink of water, put that glass under it, and you take that first sip, does your water kind of taste like a swimming pool? That is the taste of chlorine that is commonly used to treat your water. I do not want you to drink water that tastes like a swimming pool, so get a Life Source Whole House water system. When you do, you're going to have delicious, hydrating drinking water that is good for you in your home, coming out of every faucet in your house. And when you get a Life Source water system, they are maintenance-free. Free, no salt, no maintenance, no filters to change. And Life Source Water provides the ultimate filtration and protection for your water. And this is what I like about it. I mean, those guys are paying enough for this week's fare. So when you're showering with Life Source Water, your skin and hair are softer without the harsh chemicals like chlorines and chloramines. Plus, you're going to be protecting your plumbing and water-based appliances when you're using water from a Life Source Water system. And right now you can own a brand new Life Source Water filtration system for as little as $86 a month on approved credit with their easy and convenient payment plan. So call 800-803-2696. That's 800-803-2696. And visit LifeSourceWater.com. Life Source Water, taste and feel the difference.
We've got your new AC and we're ready to install it. Can you anticipate it both the price change process? If the price of new gallon system before the prices jumped up. Buy a new gallon today and we'll install it tomorrow. Go, DOE, TPS.
If you buy or lease a new car from a dealer after 2015 and you've repeatedly been back for repairs, your car may be a lemon. Let me recommend a team of Lemon Law attorneys at Knight Law Group. If they're looking to defend consumers taken advantage of by large auto manufacturers, you may have the right to substantial compensation or the repurchase of your car. Call the Night Law Group for a free consultation at 844-43-LEMON or visit nightlaw.com. That's night with a K, nightlaw.com.
Pay person. Every case is different. Results vary. Courtesy of Roger Tierney, Night Law Group, LLC.
Next time someone says, where should we eat? Tell them you want Sizzler, because their sure baskets are just $5.99. And if they don't know what sure baskets are, tell them tasty bites of happiness the whole table can enjoy. Like potato skins topped with cheddar, bacon, and steak for $5.99. Basket of shrimp, $5.99. Golden calamari, still just $5.99. Yes, when someone asks, where are we celebrating Mother's Day? Tell them you want Sizzler. Share basket $5.99 with purchase of entree or salad bar.
If your business has 5 or more employees and you manage to survive COVID, you're eligible to receive a payroll tax rebate of $26,000 per employee. And this is not a loan. It's yours. The challenge is getting your hands on it. How do you cut through the red tape? How does your business get the money? Go to getrefunds.com. They're specialists in this little-known payroll tax refund program, and they do all the work. No charge up front. They share a percentage of the cash they get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those who took PPP money, nonprofits, even those that had increases in sales. They got my business a 6-figure refund, and their average client gets $250,000 back. Go to getrefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button, answer a few questions, they do the rest. Getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com. All these Twitter employees do not believe in free speech.
And they're really triggered and angered by the idea that people are going to write what they feel.
It's wall-to-wall wokeness. If you're non-woke, you can't work there. They absolutely believe in totalitarian control of what you think. John and Ken, this is real.
Weekdays at 2.
Yeah, it's the cancel culture on KFI. Welcome to your wake-up call on this Tuesday. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. Some of the big stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Russia's leader may be about to raise the stakes in Ukraine on May 9th. That's when President Putin is expected to officially announce a declaration of war. And that means that he can get more conscripts in to help him fight. But aren't we already in war? Let's be honest. Parts of Santa Monica Boulevard near the 3rd Street Promenade have reopened following a major gas leak that closed down the area for hours, and state health officials say mussels, clams, or even whole scallops caught off the coast of California should not be eaten because of the hazardous levels of toxins in them. But the biggest story of this morning, of course, is the thing that we heard last night about Roe v. Wade. It was breaking news. Aaron Christie, good morning to you. So, this was an apparent draft from the Supreme Court. It was an opinion. Rachel got a stand on, and tell us exactly what it says about Roe v. Wade. Oh, there we go. Aaron, can you hear me? I can hear you. Saying you can't hear me.
FM music station, not KFI.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to have Tyler fix this really fast while I tell you a little bit more about what's happening. Aaron, you got me now? Hello, Aaron? Got me now? Oh, no. Okay, we're having a little problem here. So here's the deal. Politico got this leak of an apparent draft that happened back in February that shows that the conservative side of the court plans to overturn Roe v. Wade, which would be nearly 50 years of established abortion rights. Aaron Christie, I think you're there now. I was just explaining that this leak that Politico got apparently was a draft of an opinion from the court that was based in February.
Yeah, it stated February 10th that it was authored this draft opinion by Justice Alito, and it said, in rather blunt and at times scornful language, that Roe versus Wade was egregiously wrong from the start. He called it an abuse of judicial authority, and he said it's time to feed the Constitution and return the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives. So it does indicate that a 5-justice conservative majority House of votes to overturn not only Roe versus Wade, but the 1992 Planned Parenthood versus Casey decision that affirmed it. And that would overturn 50 years of reproductive rights precedent in the country.
Okay, now going to, let's say that this does happen, and I understand that until the actual decision comes down, justices do have the opportunity to change their minds, correct?
Oh, sure. This is in no way final, and in fact, given the date when it was apparently written, of February 10th, it indicates it's an early draft, and we don't know whether the final opinion will the justices, right until the end, will often try to persuade other justices, even on paper, so they send drafts back and forth and tweak the language, the sense are taken into consideration before the ultimate opinion is rendered publicly. We don't know whether the final opinion is going to resemble what it was in February, or whether it's going to be drastically different, and whether that may have factored into someone's decision to reach it.
I know that there are legal analysts out there, judges even, former Superior Court judges, things like that, who have said typically when there is an opinion like this that comes out, it is mirrored later on when the decision is actually made or put into place. So let's say that is the case. What then happens? It then goes back to the state?
That's right. So if this opinion, this draft ultimately becomes the opinion, and I'd be surprised if it actually mirrors word for word what Aaliyah wrote. But if it does, overturn Roe v. Wade, then the issue of abortion would return to the states. There are 13 states that have what are called trigger laws that automatically ban abortion once the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade. 5 other states have enacted restrictions. The one at issue before the court is Mississippi, that wants to ban abortion after 15 weeks when many women don't even know yet that they're pregnant. And Texas, Oklahoma, other states already have fairly restrictive abortion policies, and other states, based on statements from governors, would follow. Now, we also have statements from governors in Democratic-controlled states that pledge to be safe havens for women seeking reproductive care.
Yeah, I know that California, I know that Governor Newsom in the past, he said as states across the country try and move us backward by restricting fundamental reproductive rights, California continues to protect and advance reproductive freedom for all. And he even signed a law making abortion cheaper for people on private insurance plans. It was almost as though he was making California, and I think he even said they're kind of developing a plan for the state to become a sanctuary state for anyone who is denied an abortion services in other parts of the country.
And we've seen that echoed across the country in these parts. Governor Murphy in New Jersey called it a death day in America. Governor Hochul said that she would not let her newborn granddaughter re-fight battles that she fought decades ago. Connecticut also, the Governor Lamont said that he worked to make Connecticut a safe haven for women seeking reproductive care. So it is going to depend on where a woman lives, whether she has access to this kind of stuff.
Yeah, so, and it almost sounds like we're going right down political lines. You live in a blue state, you're gonna, you live in a blue or a red state, that will make the choice of whether or not you have the choice.
Yes, that's probably true. And just the way each side probably wants it.
Okay, then when it comes to now, say a woman, if this decision comes down, let's say that it does, and in fact they overturn Roe v. Wade, any woman at that time, the minute that is overturned, it would go into play, and when might that happen?
Well, we don't know whether the leak will have any impact on when the court will issue its decision in the Mississippi case. Based on the date of this draft, February 10th, it obviously looks to be an early draft. Typically, the decisions on charged cases come toward the end of the court's term, in this case, sometime in maybe late June. Whether this leak moves that up, or was even meant to influence the final outcome. I think the FBI is probably going to get involved and we investigate how the documents were leaked.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. All right, Aaron, thank you for the... Oh, one quick thing. There were protests last night, right? Outside the Supreme Court as soon as this was out.
They were, and they were barricades up this morning, even though the justices are not sitting. But I think the reactions were fairly predictable. That, on each side, and nothing terribly surprising, although so compassionate.
Oh, definitely. All right, Aaron, thank you again. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, see ya. That is ABC going to first two. And I do think that it will, should this come down, should Roe v. Wade be overturned, you can almost guarantee that immediately you're going to see the red and blue states do exactly, I mean, it's going to be so partisan as to which states are going to allow it and which states are not. You go to a Democratic state, they're going to allow it. You go to a Republican state, not happening. That's just the way that it's going to be. So we'll talk more about this. I know Hamburg's going to do segments on it this morning. Specifically about how the states are going to be impacted by this. And again, it doesn't look like California is any